How Barbara Corcoran turned street smarts into real estate millions. What if I told you that a woman who started with just $1,000, 0 cents, could go on to become one of the most powerful real estate moguls in America? Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But it's Barbara Corcoran's reality. From a high school dropout to a self-made billionaire, Barbara Corcoran turned street smarts and a whole lot of grit into a real estate empire worth millions. Now, she's not just a household name from Shark Tank. She's a testament to the power of resilience, hustle, and taking risks. In today's video, we're going to break down how Barbara Corcoran turned her dreams into a multi-million-dollar business and what you can learn from her journey. Stick around because the lessons from Barbara's story are crucial for anyone looking to build wealth or just get started in business. Start with what you've got. Barbara Corcoran's journey began with a small but powerful mindset. She made the most of what she had. In a world where the stories of self-made billionaires are often full of privilege or luck, Barbara's rise stands out because she started with so little. $1,000, 0 cents in savings, and that was it. What she didn't have in resources, she made up for in sheer determination. Imagine being a high school dropout with no degree and only a small loan to your name. Yet Barbara didn't see it as a disadvantage. She saw it as an opportunity to do things differently. Starting small, she entered the New York City real estate market, one of the most competitive industries in the world. Barbara didn't have an established network, fancy connections, or vast experience, but she did have an instinct for business and a deep understanding of how to connect with people. She found success in working hard, staying resourceful, and keeping a sharp eye on what others missed. The lesson here: you don't need a huge bankroll or a prestigious background to start a successful business. Sometimes all you need is a clear vision and the courage to start. So next time you're doubting your resources, think about Barbara. Start where you are, use what you have, and let your hustle do the talking. Turning a single idea into an empire. One of the most crucial turning points in Barbara Corcoran's story is how she turned a single idea into an empire. In the 1970s, real estate in New York was dominated by big firms, and it seemed nearly impossible for a small player to make it. But Barbara had a unique approach. Instead of focusing on what everyone else was doing, she built her own niche by offering exceptional service to her clients and emphasizing a personalized, hands-on approach. She wasn't just selling apartments, she was selling trust, care, and connection. Her big breakthrough came when she launched the Corcoran Group, a real estate company that became known for its boutique style and customer-first mentality. By the mid-1980s, the company was a recognized player in New York's competitive market, and Barbara's success was on an upward trajectory. This wasn't by accident. Barbara honed her skills and stayed sharp, constantly reinventing the way her company did business. She leveraged innovative marketing techniques and put together a team that believed in her vision. That single idea to create a real estate agency that prioritized personalized service eventually turned into a multi-million-dollar business. The lesson here is about differentiation. In a crowded market, offering something unique can make all the difference. Barbara didn't just sell properties, she sold an experience, a service, and a story. So next time you're thinking about your business, ask yourself, what's my unique angle? What can I offer that no one else is offering? Risk-taking and pushing the envelope. If there's one thing that defines Barbara Corcoran's success, it's her ability to take calculated risks. The real estate market is inherently risky, and there's always the chance of things going south. Yet Barbara took risks, sometimes big ones, and turned them into opportunities. One of the most significant risks she took was in 2001 when she sold the Corcoran Group to NRT for a whopping $66 million, 0 cents. While selling a business at that scale could be nerve-wracking for many, Barbara saw the opportunity for growth. By selling, she was able to take a step back, rethink her strategy, and put herself in a position to leverage her brand on a much larger scale. But selling her company wasn't the only risk Barbara took. Throughout her career, she consistently placed herself in situations where failure was a real possibility, but she kept pushing forward. In fact, many people told her that her idea wouldn't work, but Barbara didn't let that stop her. Whether it was launching new projects, expanding into different markets, or pursuing bold new ventures, she always took risks with a clear strategy in mind. The key takeaway here: you can't build wealth or succeed in business without taking risks. But these risks should be calculated. Don't just jump in without knowing the full picture. Do your research, understand the market, and be prepared to embrace the possibility of failure. Barbara didn't become a billionaire by playing it safe. She became one because she was willing to gamble on herself. Harnessing the power of networking. It's easy to think that success comes purely from individual effort, but Barbara Corcoran's rise was fueled by the power of networking. Building relationships was key to her real estate business. At the beginning of her career, Barbara took the time to meet with everyone she could, clients, competitors, mentors, and build relationships that would later open doors for her. One of the best examples of this is her ability to form alliances with influential people in the real estate world. She used these relationships not just for advice, but also to create strategic partnerships that helped grow her business. Over time, her reputation as a savvy businesswoman who could be trusted only strengthened her network. People didn't just want to work with her, they wanted to learn from her and connect with her. This network of trust and mutual support played a massive role in the Corcoran Group's eventual success. Mastering the art of self-promotion. Barbara Corcoran is a master of self-promotion. We all know that in business, your ability to sell yourself and your business is critical, but Barbara took self-promotion to a whole new level, often using humor, personality, and media savvy to get attention. Her appearance on Shark Tank is just one example of how she made herself and her business famous. But long before the TV show, Barbara was known for her ability to market herself and her company in unconventional ways. She wasn't afraid to put herself front and center. She knew how to grab attention, tell a compelling story, and make people want to work with her. This self-promotion wasn't just about flashy ads. It was about cultivating an image that people could relate to, one that showed she was successful but also down to earth. Whether it was writing books, giving interviews, or showing up in the media, Barbara understood that the more people knew her, the more business she would attract. Learning from failure and using it as fuel. Let's face it, failure is inevitable. Every entrepreneur faces it at some point, but it's how you respond that defines your future success. Barbara Corcoran has had her fair share of failures, but she's used them as stepping stones. For example, before finding success in real estate, she tried her hand at a number of other ventures that didn't work out. Early on, she even worked as a waitress and a secretary. But none of those failures stopped her. Instead, they gave her the grit and resilience needed to keep pushing forward. Barbara's philosophy on failure is simple. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of seeing failure as a roadblock, she treated it as a chance to get better. This mindset not only helped her navigate the ups and downs of her career, but also made her a more innovative and adaptable businesswoman. Here's the advice. Failure isn't the end, it's just a part of the journey. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to fuel your next big move. Every successful entrepreneur has faced rejection or disappointment. What matters is how you move forward. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little motivation to take that first step in their own business journey. Drop a comment below telling us which of Barbara's strategies you plan to implement. And stay tuned for our next video where we'll dive into more success stories from some of the most inspiring entrepreneurs today. Keep pushing forward, and remember, every journey starts with that first bold step.